Hey yo, what is going on guys, Cash and Clean here, and for today's video I wanted to do a more advanced guide of power rank for you guys because in my last video I did a basic guide. So for this one I'm just going to do more of an advanced one, so hopefully this could help you out with you more mid to end game players. And if you want to, drop something down in the comments down below and you could be responsible for the next Trove video. And onto the video. So when it comes to power rank, we have a few different things to go over. So we have obviously the gear itself, we have the gems, which will be the main portion of your power rank, and we have other factors like your class level, your subclass, everything you can see in this menu up here, and obviously dragons, mastery, stuff like that. So if you're just starting out, I get asked this like almost all the time that whenever I stream Trove, like at least one person comes in my chat and asks if they can have a stellar gear. And realistically, you don't really need that stuff, because if you just follow your quest line and you're able to get to 5,000 power rank, which is pretty simple, because you know, if you want to actually hit 15k power rank, you can check out my previous video which talks about that. Because if you just follow your quest line, your expertise quest line all the way through, you can easily hit 20k power rank and like beyond just from that point. So let's just say that you get to that 5,000 power rank point, you have a few different options. So when you hit level 25, you actually have a different way of doing this, but I just like, you know, if you hit level 25 or if you end up getting a drop from this from the Empower Gem Box, you can get a key specifically for the Shores of Everdark, and this key is called your class gem. So if you can get your hands on that key, and if you don't have one on your character, you can go to Uber 8. Uber 9, really, you don't ever the only reason why you would ever go to Uber 9 is because of the Shaper Star keys, which is for a completely different mastery item, and you need Titan souls to craft a key for that, but that's the topic for a different video. You can just go to Uber 8, and you might be wondering how you're gonna solo the area, and I've just seen a lot of people in global chat typing it, and a lot of people actually get help from global chat. So if you want to, if you don't have any help from anyone, or if you can't find me to help you guys, you can try asking in global chat every now and then. Just don't spam it and don't be annoying in global chat, but you might get some help from there. I have seen a lot of people get help for fighting the bosses there. The idea behind the Shores of Everdark is you get your class gem, and that will get you a lot of power rank as well, because it's going to be a stellar. The only issue with this stellar is that you have a chance of it being a 2-star, and you have a chance of it being a 3-star, and it can be on a completely different, it's like a random color. It can be fire, air, or water. It can be anything. And I will say, if you happen to get a 2-star, do not go past level 15 on that gem, because anything past that will just be a complete waste. You want to use all your resources on a good gem. So if it's a stellar, nice. If it's 2-star, it's not the end of the world. Just level it up to 15, and then later on down the line, I'm sure you'll get a way better one, and then you can just swap that, and then you can use your 3-star and level that up to 25. So that's just the class gem. Let's just talk about other things. So the other nice thing about hitting 5,000 power rank is you can actually access Geode Topside Uber 8, and from here we'll just, you know, hop into it. You can do a few different things, and when I say a few, maybe just one thing. So you come over here, there's a bench right in front of you, the Sunseeker's Crystal Forge. You go to it and you can craft yourself a weapon, and the resources to even craft a weapon is pretty easy. This is really it's just really easy to get, especially on a Tuesday, but you don't even need the Tuesday. Like, I see all the ore over here. You need nitro and vanadium, and you can get your nitro just on the ground here, and also in caves. Same with this is the vanadium that you'll also need. But yeah, the resources are pretty easy to get. The weapons are also 1 mastery point, so keep that in mind as well if you want to loot collect that for mastery. It's not a lot, but it's something. So whatever character you might be using, like say you have a character that requires, I don't know, you know, you have a gunslinger, you'll need this, so you can craft it. It's pretty simple, and this will get you a decent amount of power rank. But what you could also do is you can add pearls to it. So this class, I didn't even pearl this class. All right, so we go to my gunslinger. As you can see my class has pearls. So you want to find something called an enchanted forge. You hit E, and you're probably gonna have to click on your weapon. Unless you have other crystal gears, you can use pearls on those too. But you can get pearls and just use it on your gear, and this will also get you a lot of power rank as well, so keep that in mind. And if you ever need pearls, they're pretty cheap on the marketplace now. If we just type in pearl, they're 90 each. I guess it depends on which ones you want to buy. Like, there are some cheaper ones, cheaper options, but it is up to you. You can also just farm them as well. They're not super hard to get anymore. But yeah, getting crystal gear, pearling them up, that is a big boost to your power rank as well, especially if you're just starting out. Like this is for you, like new people. Like if you're just hitting 5,000 power rank, this is like a very good option. Like you don't need stellar at all. Just hitting 5k power rank, follow your quest line, you'll hit it no problem, easily, and then you can get yourself crystal. You don't even need stellar. This by like the power rank you'll get on your crystal will surpass your stellar gear easily. And obviously I just talked about the weapon, but if you're able to farm in Uber 8, you can get lucky and try to get a crystal drop for a hat and a face, and that's everything you can do in Uber 8. And while you're doing all of this, if you're able to get a delve carry in depths 115 or higher, let me just show you real quick. So I have a portal here, it's called a depth stepper, and what you can do is set the portal to whatever depth you want. I usually do 114 to farm, because anything past 115, when you encounter a shadowy vault, you'll need to use this key down here. I talked about this in my previous video, but you use the key and you have a chance of getting crystal 4 up to crystal 4. So even if you get crystal 2, crystal 3, you can throw that on your character, pearl it up, and obviously you'll get a lot more power rank from that. And in the beginning of the video I talked about you'll hit like 20k power rank no problem. That's pretty much how you do it, just from following the quest line, building up your, not really building up, but you're getting your crystal gear from Geode topside Uber 8, and then if you're able to do delves, obviously that's a bonus. And then while you're getting all that power rank, all that, you know, power in general, you can also try to get yourself to do Uber 9, because I'm sure you'll reach the power rank 10,000 requirement for Uber 9 no problem. And you know, usually, like I remember when I first started I used to leech, but with the amount of stuff that's in the game now, I'm sure you can at least solo any dungeon. Usually cursed skulls I found are a little bit easier than like actual bosses. But yeah, as you're gaining more and more power, more and more stats to your gear, you can start to solo Uber 9 and get yourself stellar gems. And hopefully with those stellar gems you get the right power rank. I have a gem video if you want to check that out. You can do that if you want to, and hopefully you can get the ones with the right stats, and if you do, that's more damage, that's more power rank, and you can level, even if it's a bad power rank gem, or I mean bad stat gem, you can raise it up to level 15, and then later down the line when you get a better gem, you can loot collect that level 15 gem for, you know, more dust. Obviously it costs Flux to level it up, but you'll be gaining dust in the process, so it's always nice to do that. So I think by now you get the idea of gear and gems. Obviously you can get yourself, it doesn't have to be a stellar 5 ring. There isn't really much of a power rank difference from like a stellar level 2 and a stellar level 5, but if you can get your hands on a stellar ring at least, that's always a +2, more power rank to your stats, and as well as other things like your ally, your flasks, they give you a little bit as well. As you can see, I'm getting 150 just from the 2 emblems and the flask. And then I have a banner over here on this character with 350 power rank, so it's not a whole lot. So that's why I said a lot of your power rank is just going to come from your gems and then your gear as well. Also, another thing I wanted to note is your dragons, because you do get a portion of your power rank from dragons. Not a whole lot, it's a little bit. And this is with all the dragons, keep that in mind. So you're not going to get a lot of power rank from this, but it will help you out in terms of stats, because they do provide a lot of stats, especially the primordial dragons. As you can see, this one increases my gems for the air, this one's obviously for water, and then this one's for fire. So if you have a certain gem type on a character that's better than the other, go for that one, whichever one gives you the most stats. And obviously if you have better stats on the certain character, you'll be able to farm more things, like more stellars for your other classes, or for the same class, doesn't really matter. So you'll be able to farm Uber 9 no problem. So when you're farming dragon coins in the process of whatever you're doing right now to get yourself power rank, make sure you're crafting dragons that will give you stats that will benefit you at that current moment. So if you're just trying to get dragons for the sake of magic find, don't really do that. Just, you'll also get the magic find and health obviously, but you want to make sure you find stuff that will give you stats that you want. So if you're using a magic damage character, for example, try to find something that will help your magic damage character. Like this one, for example, provides physical damage. You probably don't want that on a magic damage character, and obviously the stats for this specific dragon isn't very helpful, like health regen, that's not really good. But if we go to something like the block dragon, sure, this gives you +3 jump and an extra bit of magic find. I think 50 more than what other dragons do. It is helpful to have, but you know, if you need other stats, just keep that in mind as well. Like whichever stats you want to go for those ones. And if you play your cards right, you should be able to get a dragon every week, if not close to a week. So if you're farming your hourlies for obviously your dragon coins pretty often, especially on your Fridays, because Friday is dragon day. If we go over here, Friday dragon day, and if you have patron, that's a bonus, but you don't have to have patron. So on Fridays you can farm a bunch of your hourlies, and if you do good on them, you can get yourself lesser dragon caches. And if you get the karma bar bonus from them, I think it gives you 25 dragon coins, if I remember correctly. Can't remember. I think it's 25. But overall, it just depends on how often you farm this game, because obviously people get bored of this game pretty quickly. I was one of them, but you know, take breaks sometimes. It's always nice to do that and then get back into the grind. And last but not least, we'll just go over the mastery. You do get power rank from your mastery, and you also get a bit of damage. You get 0.2% damage and +4 power rank. Now that seems very little, but if you put this into perspective, say you get like 100 mastery just from, you know, you just happen to have Flux, you just buy a lot of items, or you farm certain things, you get 100 mastery, you'll be getting a lot more power rank and a lot more damage just from mastery alone. And keep in mind, health also comes from your mastery. But I do want to mention that this is for the first 500 Trove mastery. Anything past that will not grant you those bonuses. Before they used to, but now there's a mastery cap, which I do not like. There's no point at all in farming mastery. You don't even have to go for max. I'm pretty close to max. I'm literally missing just one mastery point, but there's obviously just no reason to farming mastery because it doesn't like do you anything anymore. Before there was no cap and you're able to get more health, more damage, more power rank, but for some reason Gamigo thought that it was a great idea to add a cap to it at 500. So if you can imagine how much extra damage, how much extra health I would be getting just from my mastery alone from 500, yeah, it's gonna be a lot. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. I wanted to keep this video nice and short. I actually don't know how long this video is gonna be. I'm guessing somewhere around 8-ish minutes, maybe just under 10 minutes, who knows. But yeah, I just wanted to keep it short, simple, to the point. You guys get the idea. I know you guys have been playing this game for a while, I'm sure, but if you're brand new, you could always use my sign up link in the description down below, and you can get some nice perks for it. I don't benefit at all from you guys using my sign up link, but it helps out you guys if you're just starting out on Trove. But yeah, on that note, if you want to leave something in the comments down below, you could be responsible for the next video, something Trove related. And on that note, subscribe if you are new, drop a like, and I will see you all later.